all the dedication, all the work, and all the rewards at the end of your Job Corps completion. If you applied yourself and if you use all the other 4 tips that I give you, you are going to have a very smooth completion. What is going on, everybody? My name is Annaise, and I wanted to hop on here and talk to you guys a little bit about Job Corps and tell you guys how I successfully completed it. Also give you guys a couple tips to help you if you're also in the process of completing Job Corps to make it as smooth as possible. I kept like 5 tips in mind while I was going to Job Corps, just so I can make sure that I'm always staying focused, staying ahead, and always doing my work. Number 1 would be staying focused. I make this number 1 because it's gonna be the hardest one to do, just because you're gonna be living with so many different personalities, and it gets to a point where you get distracted very easily. Make sure you stay focused, and other than that, you'll be fine. Money management. And I say this one because you are gonna be getting paid at Job Corps on like a weekly basis or every 2 weeks. You want to make sure that you keep some of that money for personal use and also saving use. Like, you want to save some of that money. You also want to use some of that money if you need it for like emergencies. You're always going to have little emergencies going on at Job Corps, so you always want to have like a little bit of money saved up. Number 3 is ask questions. When I first got to Job Corps, it was so hard for me to ask questions because I was nervous and I was shy. But the number 1 thing I learned is if you don't ask questions, you're not really gonna get anywhere. Number 4 is explore and be adventurous. What I mean by this is if you're not sure about which trade or which major you want to do at Job Corps, please explore, please be adventurous, because you don't want to be stuck with a trade that you think is going to be good for you, but might not be, just because you're just so used to that trade or that specific word. You don't want to go any further within your life. But I want to tell you that if you get the opportunity to shadow every trade at your Job Corps, please do so, because that will help you minimize your list of which careers or majors you want to attend to. For the last tip that I want to give you guys is apply yourself. Whatever you do, whatever trade, whatever major, whatever, even if you're just going for your high school diploma, apply yourself no matter what. And I feel like you're gonna see that at the end, see all the dedication, all the work, and all the rewards at the end of your Job Corps completion. If you applied yourself and if you use all the other 4 tips that I give you, you are gonna have a very smooth completion. I'm not gonna lie to you as well, this was not my mindset at first. I did not have all these 5 tips in mind. I was a newbie just like you, but as I went through the process of Job Corps, I had to pick these steps up, or I was not gonna complete successfully, or it was gonna take me a lot longer. I had these 5 tips in mind, and I was able to complete Job Corps in under 7 months. So I'm pretty sure if you have these tips in mind, and probably even more, these are not the only tips, but if you definitely have these main ones in mind, you can also complete in a couple months. Thank you guys. Stay tuned.